Good afternoon from Southeast Asia. This will be volume 3 of this particular series, the BGC walkthroughs. We are currently in Philippines, Manila, BGC, Bonifacio Global City. Nice place. 85%. Nice place. We're going to bitch a little bit in this one. However, you see the shrub camel in front of you. I was taking a picture of that turkey thing a few days ago. It's over in the area of Market Mall. I was using a GoPro, little teeny tiny GoPro. I had no other cameras on me, nothing. I took about a 5 or 6 second video and a still, just like this, just what you see. That's all. No people back there, nothing. One of the guards, of which there are a plethora, ran over to me and wanted to know what I was doing. I said, well, I'm taking a picture. No, I cannot. You have a license? You have a license? I said, no, I don't have a license. If you care to look around you, you see lots and lots of people taking pictures and they don't have licenses either. It's called snapshots. And we had quite a little argument about that. And I'm going to go into that whole issue in some depth in maybe the next one. Okay, here's a cat I was harassing. He should have bit me. Look at him. Oh, human, leave me alone. And I did. I left him alone. Here's some footage from High Street Mall. It's a pretty place. It's relaxing. It's nice. They do take care of the people. If they see somebody on skateboards or bikes or anything else, they're on them and they stop them. Unlike America, unlike many Western countries. So it keeps it a nice place to walk. There's kids and old people, and they don't want that crap. Here's broader views of market area, some skylines and some clouds. And I'm trying to give everybody a pretty thorough feel of what you would feel if you come here. Here's another one of the little annoyances. This place, I needed sourdough bread. They never heard of it. I said, okay, you got gluten-free? Never heard of it. Those are the little things that drive you kind of crazy in Philippines. In many Southeast Asian countries. There. Just showing some traffic. This is probably, 3:30 in the afternoon. Traffic is building somewhat. Not too bad yet. It'll be gridlocked later, don't worry. For hours and hours at a time. Just like Bangkok. Now, these are some teeter-totters. These are teeter-totters on steroids. I think you could put a rocket on one end and drop a big boulder on the other end, launch that turkey into space. These are pretty cool teeter-totters. This is a nice little park. There are parks everywhere in BGC. My gripe with them is that there's no place to sit. If you watch through these videos, you'll notice a very conspicuous lack of places to sit, except maybe on the teeter-totter. Really nice place, but they conspicuously don't want you to sit down, and I do not understand that logic. That's why people go to the park. They want to sit, relax. I don't know. A lot of construction going on everywhere. It's I wouldn't say it's a booming city. It's a privately owned city. It's actually classed as a mall. The entire city is classed as a mall. So they do things a little differently than some other places, but it's nice. It's as far as I know, it's by far the nicest place in the Philippines. And you'll find yourself asking yourself, is this really the Philippines? Here's one of the mass transportation jeepneys. I like them. I think they're cool. They're due to be outlawed pretty quick. They're bumpy, they're smoky, they're hot. They're really, really cheap. The problem with foreigners is you have a hard time figuring out where they're going to go. In Thailand, you can get in locally, some places they call them tuk-tuks. They're not tuk-tuks, but the song toes. I can't pronounce it. And you never know where those dang things are going to go. But these things The jeepneys do go on set routes. See, he thought he was going to pick me up. No, sorry, everybody. Nice though. Thank you. Oh yeah, that was a pretty building. Just a pretty white pinnacle thing sticking up there in the middle of nowhere. It actually looks nicer in person. I thought at first it was a church. Just a pretty building. Everywhere you look, there's a pretty building. Yeah. Skylines, blue skies, high cirrus. Nice. Except for a number of things that I'm going to go over. I do like BGC. But this whole photo issue is really, really starting to wear on me, as it has for many other people. And we're going to cover that in depth. These guys are practicing for some kind of act they want to do, and it looks really, really hard. It looks really, really hard. I mean, the juggling is not necessarily so hard, but they're trying to catch the various things in the cans. Sometimes, yeah, he's been practicing a long time. More condos, business center buildings, things like that. Just pleasing. I'm not all that much of a building person. I like forests and wilderness, but these are pretty nice buildings, you know. They're all clean, they're all modern, they're all up to codes, they're all up to specs. This is a huge park. This is more of a Filipino park than a white people park, but that's why I go there. I left America because I wasn't all that fond of white people. All right. Just people lounging around. Usually just a little bit before sunset, all the people come out. I don't know. This kind of looks like they might have some concerts or something there from time to time. Everywhere you go, there's a park, and they're well kept, and you will never, ever see a needle. Never. In fact, in one of these clips, I purposely scan over a very large area of a park to show that there are no needles. In Saigon and some other places, you wouldn't go 30 feet without tripping on a needle. Oh, there's a white building again on the left. You see, nothing is overly crowded. In the nighttime, this will pick up quite a bit. It's one of my friends. These are one of the stray park cats. Lots and lots of them. Volunteers take care of them, feed them, take them to the vet. But still, they'd rather live in your condo. Send me a message. I'll ship you a box of them. They're always looking for new homes. This guy, all Southeast Asian cats like to nip and bite. I don't know where that comes from. They got a lot of Siamese blood. I don't know if Siamese cats are predisposed to it, but they love you to death, but they like your blood too. They don't often draw blood, but sometimes they get a little too overzealous. Yeah, see, they're trying to get me. They all know me by now. And here's some more really bizarre and frightening Filipino art. I don't really have words for this. Yeah, those look like they're little scaffolding things that they might have put up there while they're constructing these statue things. No, the scaffolding thing around there is permanent. That's part of the art display. It creeps me out. I'm glad I didn't come through here on a dark night and just stumble into these. I appreciate the effort, but I'm not on board with the art statement. I just can't get there. I stood there for half an hour trying to figure some angle by which I could appreciate those things, and I could find no angle whatsoever except to appreciate the work. They wanted a lot of work. For what? I don't know, but there's some more Filipino art. I don't know. Maybe the Filipinos think it's brilliant. I don't know. It's making me kind of slightly nauseous. One of the many little, sporting recreational little center things that are around. They can play in the sun, because otherwise you can't. Or the rain, whatever. Nice. It's a nice place. Nice offering. I like it. I like that the BGC quote-unquote government does that for people. And they keep it clean. You know, it's not full of gangbangers and boom boxes, and it's clean and it's nice. Oh yeah, lazy cats. More lazy cats. They're all fat. They've had their tuna and their chicken and their steak and their... I don't know. Geez, they probably get lobster. I don't know. I'm probably eating better than me. And they just hang around. They have zero fear of any people at all. Most of them. Some kind of game in the park, which is what human beings ought to be doing instead of staring into their phones. Just relaxing, having fun, you know. It's nice. It's just nice. I like it. This is the 1959 America. Norman Rockwell, kind of. St. Luke's. This is where I'm going to do a whole review on St. Luke's Medical Center. I was there. Was it fun? Saved my life. Whatever. Another park. Just a breeze going through some trees. It's relaxing and quiet. This particular park had oodles and oodles of benches. It's the only one I've seen anywhere that had proper benches. So, excuse me, it was really, really pleasant just to chill. Just a chill. Lots of dogs. Nope. Let's see, I don't think I saw any cats in there. Some nice angles of buildings. BGC, to my mind, is about 85% perfect. Excuse me. Yeah. In the U.S., the best cities I know of are about, let's say, 40% perfect. So BGC scores very highly, except for some of the idiosyncrasies like the photo thing. Or bad homicidal cats. Oh yeah, he's so busy and so scared. Yeah. You see these colorings on lots of cats in this particular park. So whoever the papa was a few generations ago, he was a lucky cat. He got around quite a bit. In fact, he might still be there. There's one huge one hangs out there. He might be the papa of all these guys. I don't know. Just hanging out. What do you got? Got some tuna? Beef? No, we don't eat beef. Tuna or shrimp, okay? Sorry, I'm a cat lover. If you're not a cat lover, well then, God help you. I used to prefer dogs. Over many years, I did a switcheroo. I don't know why. I still like dogs, but I like cats more, okay? I don't know why. Yeah, bite me, a little turkey. See what happens. No, he's not a biter, I guess. Just wants scratching and wants to know exact address of my condo. Maybe he'll drop by sometime, Nice cats. But again, there's no place to sit. There's no place to sit. And there has to be some rationale behind that. The city planners, there has to be a reason that they purposely designed all these parks with little or no place to sit. I don't grasp it. I don't understand the rationale behind it. Here's the MC Home Depot. Is it a clone of the real Home Depot 9? No, it's crap. It's the same size. They've got as much stuff. I was in there one day trying to buy a regular pair of pliers. No have. Regular pair of pliers. No have. And they seemed perplexed that I would want a pair of pliers in Home Depot, They stock it with all this other crazy stuff that I have no idea what its use is. Didn't have WD-40. It's the Southeast Asian. It's not necessarily Filipino. It's the Southeast Asian weird outlook on life that east is east and west is west, and never the twains shall meet. And I think that was Mark Twain. I'm not sure. Twains meant trains. I don't know where that came from. Oh, more cats. More. Oh, no, he doesn't like a people. No. These are okay. This is a whole different part of town. This isn't, well, let's see, I guess they are across from the park. Mostly the cats here have learned by attrition not to cross any streets. The ones that did got squished. The ones that didn't got to live. So they stay in their pretty tight little groups, tight little areas. They don't wander around too much. Just a nice big fat plump old kitty. He didn't seem like he really wanted to be petted, so I didn't harass him. But more modern art, I don't know what that is. That's a boat, I think, or something. A couple of different angles of it. I think it's a boat. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a banana with some growth on it or something. I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of disturbing. Wouldn't want to see that in my sleep necessarily, but I don't know. If you could ever figure out, get on the same wavelength as the Filipino art, I think you'd really have an understanding of Filipino people, but so far I cannot. I can't. All through Southeast Asia, I cannot get on board with their music or their art. I'm just not there, and I've tried 10, 11 years, that should be long enough. Beautiful clouds. Looking for aliens, never find them. One of the little guys, I don't know, one has a tail, one doesn't. I don't know which one this is. I'm really lucky that my condo won't take cats, because I'd have, in the 40s, there would just be wall-to-wall cats. I could become an old cat lady, really no trouble at all. I probably will, someday. The trouble is, if you go into a condo that accepts cats, they also accept dogs, and they're just pooping everywhere, and they're loud, and they're barking, and they just try to chase your cats, and it doesn't work out. They need to be segregated. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where this is. I'm thinking maybe Forbestown. Yeah, there we go. Forbestown is a really nice little part of BGC. It's a little bit on the quaint side compared to the stark steel and glass of the other areas. Forbestown is a nice place. I could live there probably. I was going to zoom in and get the gas prices, and I didn't quite do it. I don't know on your big screen. This was originally shot 4K. I don't know if you can get in there and see any gas prices. I will do it one day when I go by here. This is the only gas station I've seen in or around BGC ever. And I've walked every square inch of it as far as I know. 5 to 10 miles a day I cover. Fighting with guards about whether or not I can take a photo with my GoPro, I've tried to convince them that, you're not going to take commercial artwork with a GoPro, and they don't understand that. I've got a cell phone, an S23 Ultra. It takes far better pictures than the GoPro. They'll let me take any picture I want with that phone, but not with the GoPro, because they think the GoPro is evil or something. Okay, been there, done that. Could have been me right in there. Yeah, a lot of fun, really. I'm pretty sure he's going to St. Luke's. They do try really, really hard to take care of sick people here. They really do. Medical care is kind of a Filipino specialty. They may not be cutting edge necessarily, but they really try to take good care, better than any medical facility I've ever been in, except Thailand, which was about on a par. And I see our construction has started again upstairs. That's lovely. About 5 months now, somebody's been remodeling a condo up and over. And it's not fun. They keep renewing their work permits. This is a walking trail. I think if you go the other way, like behind me, I think you end up at a golf course. A huge, humongous golf course. Just random shots, trees, and a buildings and sky, and if you hate that kind of thing, I don't know, maybe this isn't the place for you. But if you, I don't love this, but I can appreciate it. It's nice. It's nice. These are mostly condos. This is a little bit out of the central business district, so it's mostly condos up in this area. Nice places to, if there's grass, you can put out a little mat, you can lay on your back and just watch, look for aliens, whatever you want. Because nobody will bother you. Nobody will shoot you. Nobody will stick you with a needle. Nobody's going to ask you for money. Nobody. This is, where are we? Back in, not sure. Sometimes I get lost pretty badly. I end up on the GPS to find my way home. Chowking. Filipino staple. Good food. Cheap. 24 hours. Delivery. Ask me, I know. Every angle, you walk 50 meters, you get a whole different view. Like this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Coming to bite you. Got any tuna? Jeez. That's all they ever ask. You got tuna? Got salmon? Well, I gave them salmon the other day. They thought that was quite tasty. Yeah, they liked it. In fact, maybe that clips in here. I'm not sure. Nice kitties. Just lovely kitties. You find that the better their diet, the more careful they are in their own grooming. So these are clean, and you very seldom see ringworm or anything like that. Sometimes you do, but the volunteers are there and they treat them, or they take them to the vet. They're just a average busy intersection, not particularly busy, just I don't know what time this was. It might be fun to have a clock up here on the screen. I'm not sure. Probably a way to do that. You got guys directing traffic all the time. Usually they're pretty confusing. You can't figure out what the heck they want. Can I go? Can I not go? They're just waving those hands around. I think a little more training would probably help them. But they're nice. They'll help you, except when they're telling you not to take a photo. Yeah, okay. Well, that's enough of that. Come on, there we go. Starbucks everywhere. I know. It seems like a couple per block sometimes. It's one of the bigger, nicer grocery stores. Lots of Western food. Lots and lots and lots of Western food. Except sourdough and except gluten-free. Never heard of that. I have not found a shop in BGC that has ever heard of either of those things. No, that's not true. One of them did have sourdough, and I thought, oh, joy. And I bought a loaf, got it home, made with wheat. There's more Filipino art. I have no comment. Can't say something nice, Shut your mouth. Here's the one of the poor tenements. This is the balcony for the lower rent. You got to climb over that little railing out there on the right, center right. You climb over that thing, and then that's your balcony. You got to be careful. You can't really let the kids out there. It's but the rent's really low in that building. It's really low. It's a bargain. Some railings, probably would help, but I haven't heard of anybody falling. MC Home Labyrinth again. Jesus, worthless. Oh my God, it's a terrible story. Shangri-La. This outfit hired some exterminators, I believe, I was told, years ago, to come and round up hundreds or thousands of cats because the owner, the manager, he didn't like cats particularly, so they rounded them up and disappeared them off of the streets, and nobody ever saw them again. They said they rehomed them, but they were never able to find a single person who took one in. So know really what happened. I just heard this. It's hearsay, okay? Oh, there's a McDonald's. The McDonald's here are always jammed. Your order's always wrong. The food's always good. Higher quality McDonald's than the U.S., except for, the queues. Oh, you remember that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers? This is where they incubate the pods, right there. That's where they do it. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It was a nasty, grisly movie, and this is where the little spuds start. Well, it's McDonald's again. How do we get 2 clips of McDonald's in there? Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, thank you up there. Thank you upstairs. Thank you so much for this. This is a really sensitive mic, so I know you're picking that up. And I don't know how they can remodel for 8 or 9 months, pretty much nonstop. You need to go relax and shoot some hoops. There you go. You just walk in and it costs anything. Usually there's a guard there in case there is any trouble. They'll take care of it. 34th. Kind of in the middle of BGC. Not quite the center, but I don't know what that thing is. That's a gecko, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's kind of a fat gecko. Probably been eating cats. I don't know. Kind of colorful. The stuff in BGC is kept up. It's not falling apart. It's not dirty. There's not trash everywhere. Cambodia, you see a scene like this right here, there's going to be 18 inches of trash all the way around that. Every place in Cambodia. But that's a whole different animal. Let's see. Doing a walkthrough. Oh, people, come on. At least they quit at 6 o'clock. Okay, here's more modern Filipino art. This thing is just tucked back in the trees. You can barely see it from any angle. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be. I don't know what it could possibly represent except a blob of chrome alien poop that fell from space. It's a nasty thing. It's just a nasty, ugly thing. It's huge. I don't know what it's made of. I've never touched it. I just don't know what the heck that's supposed to inspire you to what? Throw up? I don't know. Okay, been there. Won't go again. Really high priced. Food was really, really bland. Service was 50-50. Here's the SM Aura Mall. SM space AURA, I think. Mall. Nice mall. Modern mall. There's some security guards hamming it up. These are a different breed than the ones who run over to you and start screaming, no photos. These are good ambassadors of BGC. The other ones aren't. The other ones are hurting BGC very, very much. And as I said, we're going to cover that in some detail, maybe the next one. Because we've been painting a pretty fluffy picture of BGC, and now we got to get real. So this is episode 3. Look for probably episode 4 or possibly 5. We're going to get down dirty in the dirt about BGC because it ain't all pretty. And the thing is, the things that are not pretty are so easily solved, but they won't solve them, and that's where you start getting annoyed with other countries, not just the Philippines, all the Southeast Asian countries, well, all the countries in the world, the third world countries are a little bit crazy, but so is the U.S. now. It's crazy. Oh yeah, here we're gutter diving, oh yeah, sleeping human. You got tuna? You got tuna? Huh? Don't bother me if you don't have tuna. Jeez. They don't eat more than about 20% of the food that's brought to them. They are really spoiled brats. There, yeah, get that foot. I don't care. A lot of cats live in this little section right here. I don't know why. exactly. Lots of little dark places. And they sleep in there during the heat of the day. And then about sundown, they come creeping out because it's feeding time at sundown. All the volunteers come and they'll line them up 20, 30, 40, 50 in a row, And I'll get a shot of that eventually. I have missed it each time. This is High Street. I keep wanting to call it Walking Street. There are a lot of walking streets around Southeast Asia. This is not called Walking Street. This is High Street. I spent a lot of time here. It's just relaxing. You want to sip something, you want to nibble something, anything you want is right around there. See, this guard isn't over there yelling at me to stop taking pictures of the flowers. 97% are good guards, nice guards. I would help them in any way I possibly could. I would back them up if they were having trouble. That 3% are shitholes. I'm sorry. They're shitholes, and they need to be culled. I've had 3 nasty experiences with guards about photos. The first time I met with BGC admin, I thought they had it all straightened out. Nope. 2 more times after that. It's a really big problem in BGC. All of Manila to some degree or another, but in BGC it's more of a problem. Nice little fountain. No place to sit and enjoy it. There's no benches. There's no nothing. No way to sit there. Why wouldn't you go to all that trouble, build that thing, maintain it? Why wouldn't you spend just a few more dollars and help people enjoy it? You could ring that with benches, cheap benches. Yeah. Now, what do you want? You got tuna? Huh? I don't smell any tuna. What do you got? What's your offering for today, human? Huh? No. Is it in there? Where's the tuna? No, I'm not really interested. They got the entire city dug up. They're redoing their fiber optics thing. There's a nice little hole in the ground in the middle of a mall. You can go down there and lounge around and enjoy quiet time, except, once again, there's no place to sit. Rental bikes everywhere, cheap, easy to use. Scooters, same thing, dirt cheap, easy to use. But you can only take them in certain places or they automatically shut off. Nine months of this hammering, 8 or 9 months, it's got to stop. I don't know what they can hammer for 8 or 9 months. Oh, man. Condos. These are probably cheaper condos. These are probably in the range of 500, maybe 600 a month. And we got a duplicate clip here. This is the place that had never heard of sourdough or gluten-free. They didn't know what that was. Never heard of it. Okay, here I'm demonstrating my smooth technique for walking and not showing the vertical bump in the steps. It has nothing to do with the way I'm walking. It's a trick that only I know. It just bugs me when I watch these YouTubes or any others, and the guys are just walking along, and they're not even trying to stop the vertical bump, and it's just annoying as heck. But it can be done. There's dare I say it again, there's a trick to it. I'm not telling anybody. I have to charge you. It can be done. See, this is much more pleasant. Not a lot to see right here. I just wanted to show the technique that it can be done. Can be done. You see just the barest hint of the vertical up and down from each step. You can take that out also. But I didn't because I was lazy. This is getting closer to the uptown. Well, I think this is actually the uptown area. Light traffic. Crossing streets without pedestrian lights is a problem in BGC. They'll hit you. They'll just hit you. They're some of the worst drivers on earth. Some of the most inconsiderate on earth. You notice there's a teensy little bit of, I left a teensy little bit of background noise in there. Not a lot. Cats living all through that little park thing there. In the evenings, they come out. They are crazy for armored trucks. They just love them. Seems like there's almost as many as there are taxis. Okay, here we're doing our scan for needles. This is an extremely crowded park in the afternoons, around just before sunset and all through the night. Extremely crowded. Just extremely crowded. But you will not find a needle. You will not find a needle. You will not find any trash. You will not find any problems. You can sit out here. There will not be any boom boxes. You just won't have any trouble. How rare is that? I remember even in the late 50s, it was, even in the US, it was difficult to sit out in places like this without having some kind of trouble. There's the official sign for High Street. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 long blocks, possibly 5, at least 4 long blocks. Seats. You can sit there, kind of, sort of, not very comfortable. They're rock hard and there's no backs or anything, and they're in the sun, but you can sit there for, It's one of the few places you can sit. Bring your own pillow because they're rock hard because they're rocks. That's a pretty little thing. Sometimes that fountain goes. Or park shots. This is just this is a very simple building, but it's a pretty building. Condos. Cheap. Well, I mean, by U.S. standards. $1,000 a month would get you a really nice condo in there. One bedroom at least, probably 2. Balcony. And you're not going to have music from the neighbors. It's the only place in the world I've ever lived where you're not going to have bad neighbors. And if you do, the slightest complaint stops it. Not like the U.S. or Canada or France. Oh, God, France or really any place else. Thailand, it'd be rare to have a good neighbor. Cambodia, no. And in most places in the Philippines, no. In Greater Manila, no. You're going to have crap neighbors. In BGC, you're going to have good neighbors. Makati is kind of a halfway house between BGC and Greater Manila. Makati's not too bad, but I was there. I lived there for a while, like 8 or 9 years ago, and I had a few problems. Makati, not too bad, but not great either. Same fountain again, I think. Unless I've screwed this clip up, I think it'll lapse into slow-mo in a minute, but oh man, when you get I screwed it up. When you get a couple 100 clips going in one short video, tiny brains like mine can sometimes get the clips in the wrong order. Sorry, it's hot in here. We got 2 air conditioners running and one big fan, and it's hot. It's still hot. So that's a problem. You can get more air conditioners. We're up on pretty much the top floor of, we're up in 26, 25, 26, I'm not sure. We're up in the top. So the higher up you get in some buildings, the warmer, harder to cool it will be. And it also depends on which way you're facing, face to the south, you're going to have a harder time. Nice clouds here. These are the kind of clouds you can lay in a park and look and see anything you want. This one is shot with a I forget. I forget which camera I used on this one. It's not bad footage. It's not great footage, but it's not. These get rendered down to 1080. Sometime I'll do a full 4K of some of the nicer scenery. This is High Street again, places for kids to play while mommy goes and spends all of daddy's money. Cafes, nice places to sit. If you're no, that was on the tape. Oh, there's an entire restaurant dedicated to chocolate. How cool is that? And that's all they have. That's all they have is chocolate. You can dine, anything you want. You can sit in there, just pig your brains out. Oh, and we have more pesky interlopers. You got any chocolate? Yeah, because I like chocolate. Yeah, whatever. BGC is photo friendly. Every time I see that sign, I just instinctively say, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. You're going to get harassed. You have any kind of a DSLR walking around BGC, you're going to get harassed. And there have been physical altercations where the guards have tried to take the cameras. Police have been called. BGC admin will tell you, of course you can take pictures. We want you to take pictures, but the guards are not getting this memo. And it's a problem that's been going on for years. So I am beginning to think that BGC admin is only doing lip service to BGC being photo friendly. But really, they tell the guards some opposite thing. Lots and lots of problems about people taking pictures in BGC. It is just insane. There's no other word for it. I don't know what they... And on the 3 occasions I've had problem, I wasn't taking pictures of people. Taking pictures of inanimate objects. And still, big problems with the guards. 3 times. And more to come, I'm sure. Use a cell phone, use a GoPro. Doesn't matter. You're going to have trouble. They think you're doing a big commercial shoot. And you got to have a license and pay tax. You want to take a picture of this grass right here, and you got to pay tax on that, taking that picture. It's just crazy. It's lunacy. And they are driving people away from BGC with this stupid, stupid policy. And I don't know why they can't grasp it. But they can't. Obviously, they cannot. Or they refuse to. I don't know. Beautiful skylines, though. Really, just pleasing, pretty skylines. I was never a fan of skylines until I spent time here. I'd look and say, oh, yeah, some buildings, yeah. But these, I don't know. They appeal to me for some reason. I don't know why. They're clean. The lines are clean. This is a 360 in this huge park. You can see how far it goes. And in the evenings, like I said, it is full. It's full of people. Oh, no. Oh, here's the salmon treats. Yeah, thank you, kind human. Yeah, we like it so much. We're so full we can hardly eat salmon today, but, we'll try to choke some down. Oh, God. Teeter-totters, again, with nobody on. I swear you could destroy castles with those catapults. I mean, those are serious teeter-totters. Nice sidewalks, peace and quiet. If only there were benches. You hang around the sprinklers and you get a little bit of evaporative effect. It doesn't work really well because the humidity is so high anyway. But you get a little bit of the evaporative effect, and it cools you off. Wish there was benches there you could sit. Okay, there's Lamborghini. There's Porsche. There, I can't tell what that one is behind there. I moved up so you could read it. There's Bentley. I'm going to try and see how many of those will let me in there. Krispy Kreme. Love it, hate it. I love the donuts, love the location, love the people. But I won't go in if there's more than 3 people in the queue because I don't have 15 or 18 minutes to wait. Just random intersections, just to... I'm trying to show you so much stuff so that if you come to BGC, you'll be thinking, oh yeah, I remember that building. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. This guy's repairing the lawn with a teeny tiny little thing like you would do on a golf course. Now you gotta think about it. Oh, there was I missed it. Global City something. On a big screen, you can probably read those names, but it's a nice little auto row there. Try to never do the same skyline twice. Oh yeah, cat population control. They spay them and neuter them. It's mostly Western people administrating the cats. I think there's one lady in particular who's big into it. But I don't know. I'm told that there are hundreds of volunteers all across Manila that are associated with the same program, and probably a bunch of different programs too. So they do try very hard to take care of their cats and give them pretty darn good lives, really. Let's see, this is High Street. Oh yeah, there we go. This would be a nice screensaver kind of a thing. We could frame it a little better, but it's kind of sparkly and nice, and white noise sound. And you could loop this easily enough. You could loop it so it just goes continuously. I'll try to do like a 4K extended shot of this. The sun is only correct here for just a very short time, like 30 minutes out of the day. Come on, that's enough. That's enough waterfall. Come on. Okay, thank you. There's that weird, bizarre, suspended rock thing. I have gone into Photoshop a few times and edited out the supports so it looks like just a rock hanging there in space. I don't know, it's kind of an okay effect, but not all that great. But normally it rains water from the bottom of that rock. And I don't know why they're not now. Maybe the pump is broken or something. Oh yeah, everywhere you look. See, I'm not seeking these cats out. You know, I'm not filming probably 80–90% of them. I just, you know, when they're just right there in front of you, go ahead and shoot them. This guy's just too busy to be bothered, you know. They never ever get bothered by humans except for me. So, you know, they're pretty lackadaisical about people. We've had not so much rain lately, so that's nice. There are some really, really definite rainy seasons in the Manila part of Philippines. Pretty nice place to relax. You go on an overcast day, it's not so hot, you can just lounge around there. People bring their computers. And, at least they have some picnic tables here you can sit. This is High Street again, I believe. Pretty sure. So I imagine that as you're watching these, you're probably just beginning to form an idea of whether or not you'd like to see it in person. I would recommend do not bring a big camera and be prepared to be accosted if you're shooting with a cell phone or a GoPro. Okay, and that's it. We'd be done. Okay, this is number 3. Number 4 will be either the St. Luke's Hospital Review or more talk of bad things. Okay, if you enjoy these, geez, I hate this thing. I am not a salesperson at all. I hate it. When you view these, it doesn't really help us. It doesn't really help our tiny little fledgling channel. Subscriptions is what counts with YouTube. Now, we have around 320 videos on our normal website, stockphotosworldwide.com. And they're into categories. There are lots of alien stuff, and there's a lot of kind of raw-ish videos talking about, relocating to Southeast Asia. I don't know if we're going to be able to put any of those on YouTube because YouTube is so anal retentive about any kind of bad language or adult concepts or anything. So I don't know if any of those will end up on YouTube. We'll try. But anyway, you can go to retiresoutheastasia.com for those. You can go to theyclaim.com for aliens. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff on that website. It's a big, active website. We will try to migrate some of that stuff over to YouTube. Don't know how much success we'll have. Anyway, if you like anything, just click subscribe. Click subscribe. I did check it out. You do not get spammed if you do that. You do not get emails. You don't get anything at all. You just are subscribed. So you can come back from time to time and see if there's anything new that you might want to look at. And that's where the rubber meets the road for these, well, for any channel, but for the small ones especially. You got to subscribe. I hate it. I hate doing it myself. I'm subscribed to probably 20 different channels. It's just a pain. It's a pain to do it. I don't like to do it. It bothers me. But if you want content for free, that's what you have to do. Sorry. And I like content for free, so I try to help these people out. Okay. That's it. We'll be done. Thank you very much. Good evening. And good night.